Hello and welcome to my brand new series where I review unturned maps made by people such as YouTube content creators or people who don't do map for fame but for fun. Today I'm talking about a map called Polaris and taking a deep look at it, or at least somewhat deep look. Polaris became a curated map a few weeks ago, even when I seen the trailer from a content creator, and his name was called Danaby2, which was his idea basically to make the map. The next people who collaborated with him are Renaxon and LVO Mega. I don't know how to spell your name, I'm sorry. LVO Mega. LVO Mega. I don't know how to spell it, I'm sorry. The map gives special thanks to Luzot, Zeb, Derente, Witness Protection, and Enderbud Dragon. So yeah, let's talk about the map now. When you first start on the map, you'll receive torn clothes. They are always random, and even if you would die on the map, you would still receive them. The issue with this is really simple. Even though this map is created for the multiplayer servers, you can go to survivors in the Unturned, the main menu, and you can basically take the job before the outbreak. In my case, my character's job basically is a thief. He gets thief clothes. I use them to basically because of a space, because I looked a lot of stuff in my time in Unturned. Back to the map though. You sometimes, or basically quite often, if I would have to say, spawn next to a boat, and sometimes you'll find crates which will start to glow, like in a light glow. This reminds me a bit of Left 4 Dead, if I'm honest here. You can punch the crates and get a random loot, which, if I'm honest, it's almost from map called Arid, which I've played before. Speaking of Arid, I was disappointed surprisingly in this map quite a lot, even though the Polaris says that it's a medium map. The edges, or basically the end of the map, if you take a walk across there's like a bridge, you can take a walk in there, you can still walk through in the invisible parts of the map, if I'm honest here. Basically, from my perspective, it's a medium large map, because it has the same issue like Arid has. You can go basically to the end of the map and have a base there without anyone wondering. Some new players of the map would think that it's impossible, but sadly, it's possible. And it has the issue with the Arid. Speaking of this map, everything is custom, from tools, to zombies, to buildings, to terrain, to guns. You get the idea, do you? The other thing I found out about the map is that it has quests, but they don't make much sense to me when you find a vending machine for pizza and you can't break it to get the pizzas, but you have to fix it in order to get the pizza vending machine working, to get the pizza, and you cannot even break that, if I'm gonna be honest. The only way is to just fix that and to get the pizzas, but also you have to buy the pizzas, from the experience that you gather from getting the zombies killed, or doing the quests, if I'm gonna be honest, or finding money. So basically saying you have to fix it in order to get the pizzas. So it's basically in the middle of the zombie apocalypse. You are your character at least is like, no, I'm not gonna break this, that will make me criminal. No, so instead I'm gonna fix this. And so you fix it and you get the pizzas, and then you have to pay for it. But I'll cross my fingers, so I won't think of the logic that much. The map, as I said before, has a lot of custom things, but I think that the few things are copied from the Elite, such as teleportation. There's basically an NPC in a boat, which are safe zones by the way, that can teleport you from north to south just like the Elite map has. I will show you the photo of it, of the location where it is, and yeah, it doesn't even have a name. Now let's talk about the places you can explore if you are looking for quite some good loot, my friend. From my perspective at least, I figured out that the best loot to find is from Dimitar, which is almost at the bottom of the map next to a plane where military stuff spawns in the plane, such as rifles or military helmets. There's a place called Intelligence, which is I think either police headquarters or criminal headquarters. It's located in the center of the map next to a highway where you can find shotguns and shotgun ammo everywhere, with melee weapons like knives and then there's like a shotgun suppressors. Yes, you can suppress a shotgun, you heard that right. Then there's a place called which one was it? Hayes, I think, which is a science research facility where you can find guns with attachments such as pistols and SMGs. And when I say attachments, they have attachments on them, and that's I think that's cool. I found also like windmills, which required you to turn on the power from the switch, which is usually on your left. You know, you have to climb in order to like switch the switch, which is attached to a windmill by the way. Then there's a small opening which you will basically you have to open the vault, which you will press F, you know, the door will go up, you have to crawl quickly under and then it will shut down behind you, and you open a second door in the windmill and you get teleported into a different place, which is also basically a safe zone to do quests in. I am sadly lazy to do all of these quests, so for like, it's either for a story or achievements, but I'll think of it one day to finish them off for one day. Definitely these quests, I'll take a look at them one day, but not today. Forgot to mention that there's also a military base on a highway and a fortress, which I think would tryhards use, I guess. I'm sorry. Overall, I'm gonna go with the good things about the map now. So, let's start from, of course, the good things. The map. Custom vehicles. Some of them have a solid and fast speed with good handling. For example, a bus, which has 12 seats. I've drove a bus across the map and it had 12 seats. I wish I would have 12 friends at least. If you would die on the map, you won't lose any of your skills. At least that's for the single player, you know. I did not play with it, but yeah, you don't lose skills when you die. So you don't at least need to grind that much. Then there's a lot of danger. Basically saying, you sometimes find radioactive barrels that are spit on the ground, or basically the chemicals are blue, and if you will touch them, you will basically instantly die, so you have to dodge them. So yeah, be careful. There's basically those barrels lying on the ground, sometimes in a lake, so you have to be careful. Like, definitely be careful, you will die. Take my word, like, don't touch it. Don't touch any chemical poisoning, like. The loot gathering is okay in my opinion. You also find very often a gun with attachments on it in a civilian areas. Terrain, in my perspective, is at least alright. You move in the snow, but I haven't seen any snowfall or rain on the map yet. There's 11 places that have name, and a bunch of other non-named places which you'd have to explore yourself. Basically saying, 11 named places, the rest doesn't have a name. It's almost like a Yukon, if I'm gonna be honest here. Then you have broken cars. Basically saying the broken car models basically only have fuel in them. You cannot repair them, you cannot move them, you can just get fuel from them. And then this map has custom craftings. It has custom stuff to craft. But I sadly crafted only a few things, so I cannot properly know which of them have a proper stuff to craft, like for example first aid kit or something like that, I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about the bad things. The bad things about the map. It reminds me a lot of a reed, but 40% smaller, but with the snow like Yukon, yet you can still go to the end of the map. Basically saying there's a bridge and you can walk on the bridge till you won't see your character anymore. Same issue like a reed has. Or probably Elver, was it? No, it was definitely a reed. I don't remember, if I'm gonna be honest, definitely a reed sent. Christ, okay. The custom things. I think they just took a model from each other, from basically like saying original Unturned piece or whatever it is in the game and just remodeled it. Basically redrew it and made it larger or smaller. This also reminds me of map Elver quite a lot, which has somewhat same issue. If you start the quests, it's basically one grind after another, which will take a lot of time and patience just to get a few things done. I still wonder if I should get that achievement. The neutral things about the map. Is this a large custom Yukon? This is a question, by the way. But I'll keep this open question for you though. I personally think this is a reed, but with snow, but it's 40% smaller, with the same bug like a reed has, but also almost long-looking highway, just like in Elver map. You know, it's somewhat similarity. Radiation zones. There is, as far as I saw, only one radiation zone, which is basically the power plant. And there's an Easter egg in there, by the way, if you use like a camera, or if you fall into it, you will see like a sign, which will say, "How do you get out?" But still, it makes me wonder how can it still work in a zombie apocalypse. Blimps in the sky, like you can stand on them, like if you will find a helicopter or a plane, or just spawn the helicopter in and get on the blimp, you can basically have an airbase on it. If I would have to put points towards each specific thing, it would be like this. Terrain, 8.9 out of 10. NPCs, 3.1 out of 10. Custom stuff, 9.2 out of 10. Quests, 5.5 basically out of 10. Similarity between Arid, Elver and Yukon. It's a 6 out of 10. Overall, if I would have to rate this map in total, it would be 5.9 out of 10. Most of the points got removed due to similarity between Arid and somewhat Elver. You can think that I am pretty negative about these maps, but we all got some differences in what we all like. Like, I'm just a terrain type of guy, I like to hitchhike. Points also got removed due to a long quests line, which I think people will skip over just to, like, do more stuff. It's a complex map that I did not get used on quite quickly and won't be used to play on. But maybe you will finish that long quest line that there is, because I won't. Maybe one day I will, but I cannot promise anything. I admit to being really bored while I played it in a single player and explored. I believe there's some points of interest for player, but I can't be sure that much. Maybe one day I'll take a look at this map again and review it again. If the creators of the map will be upset for some reason, keep in mind that this is only my review from my perspective of the map. So feel free to disagree in the comment sections. And yeah, feel free to hate me or ask me questions. I just like to do like reviews of the servers, and there's some popular maps that I like to play. This one, I don't know. I'll see what I will do with this map. Maybe I'll play it and get the quest, but I will not be sure that much about it. It's pretty much your choice if you would like to play this map. And you know, you can buy the skins or boxes. I don't know what you want to buy, but yeah, I cannot promise anything. It's your choice. That's all for today. Have a nice day. And please, don't forget to eat some parsley. Goodbye.